The African Union, AU, is a continental union consisting of 55 member states located on the continent of Africa. The AU was announced in the Sirte Declaration in Sirte, Libya, on September 9, 1999, calling for the establishment of the African Union. The bloc was founded on May 26, 2001 in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, and launched on July 9, 2002 in Durban, South Africa. The intention of the AU was to replace the Organization of African Unity, OAU, established on May 25, 1963 in Addis Ababa by 32 signatory governments. The OAU was disbanded on July 9, 2002. The most important decisions of the AU are made by the Assembly of the African Union, a semi-annual meeting of the heads of state and government of its member states. The AU's secretariat, the African Union Commission, is based in Addis Ababa. The largest city in the AU is Lagos, Nigeria, while the largest urban agglomeration is Cairo, Egypt. The African Union has more than 1.3 billion people and an area of around 29 million square kilometers and includes popular world landmarks such as the Sahara and the Nile. The primary working languages are Arabic, English, French, Portuguese, Spanish, and Swahili. Within the African Union, there are official bodies, such as the Peace and Security Council and the Pan-African Parliament. The historical foundations of the African Union originated in the First Congress of Independence African States, held in Accra, Ghana, from 15 to April 22, 1958. The conference aimed at forming the Africa Day, to mark the liberation movement each year concerning the willingness of the African people to free themselves from foreign dictatorship, as well as subsequent attempts to unite Africa, including the Organization of African Unity, OAU, which was established on May 25, 1963, and the African Economic Community in 1981. Critics argued that the OAU in particular did little to protect the rights and liberties of African citizens from their own political leaders, often dubbing it the Dictators' Club. The idea of creating the AU was revived in the mid-1990s under the leadership of Libyan head of state Muammar al-Gaddafi. The heads of state and government of the OAU issued the Sirte Declaration, named after Sirte, in Libya, on September 9, 1999, calling for the establishment of an African Union. The declaration was followed by summits at Lomé in 2000, when the Constitutive Act of the African Union was adopted, and at Lusaka in 2001, when the plan for the implementation of the African Union was adopted. During the same period, the initiative for the establishment of the new Partnership for Africa's Development, NEPAD, was also established. The African Union was launched in Durban on July 9, 2002, by its first chairperson, former South African head of state Thabo Mbeki, at the first session of the Assembly of the African Union. The second session of the Assembly was in Maputo in 2003, and the third session in Addis Ababa on July 6, 2004. Since 2010, the African Union eyes the establishment of a joint African space agency. Barack Obama was the first ever sitting United States president to speak in front of the African Union in Addis Ababa on July 29, 2015. With his speech, he encouraged the world to increase economic ties via investments and trade with the continent, and lauded the progresses made in education, infrastructure, and economy. But he also criticized a lack of democracy and leaders who refused to step down, discrimination against minorities, including LGBT people, religious groups and ethnicities, and corruption. He suggested an intensified democratization and free trade to significantly increase living quality for Africans.